Hi everyone, it's Tina again. Today I had a little bit of spare time and thought to do another little sample set. I have used the water decals by Queen of Decals called Zebra and Red Roses. This is also available from the website at OohLaLa Nail Supplies. And I thought about using some other little bits of embellishments there as well, which again you can get from the site as well. Some people have asked me, what do I use to mount them onto? And what it is these little tiles. They come from a container, which I can't move my camera, but this holds 44 tiles in there, and it's an acrylic container. And they pop in and out, and they sort of like index cards, flip backwards and forwards. So this is what I put them in, and it's just been so great, so handy. And I have had a few clients who actually do take notice now, and I've got about 4 girls who say, well, I'm not going to bring in designs, I think I'll pick from what you've been doing. And I'm like, oh, cool. So anyway, so that's what I do. I do mount them on that. And I did these earlier, and I thought, oh God, when I did the honeycomb one, it took a little while to get it done. And next thing you know, I've got this lengthy video again. So I thought, okay, what I'll do is I'll do them and I'll explain as I go along as I'm putting them on. So I use my number 12 Kolinsky, which I am happy to say I repaired. It's so cute. But it's easier because it picks up the bigger beads. And I always start, I better get my little sheet out of the way so I don't get any chemical or anything on there, any monomer or water or whatever. So what I do is I start off and I pick my middle one, and I'll explain as I go along what I did for them. Obviously the ones with the roses, I always start with the middle one and place that first in the center. So the ones with the roses, I used a white base gel polish. I also used a sort of a nude beigey sort of a colour, and I did one coat off the white, and then I put the just splashed a bit of the beige here and there. Then I put the decals on straight onto the sticky dispersion layer, and as I have demonstrated before, the way I do the decals, I snip the edges once they've come off the paper and slide it onto the nail. So I place it on like that. Now with gravity, the acrylic will touch the tile. I mean, I can put more on there, but it'll be fine. I also used a little bit of pixie dust on these two, and some beautiful Swarovski crystals from Bring On The Bling, also available on the site. So I'll pop the next one down. This one here, I used, again, gel polishes. I used a little bit of that pale nude, the dark, it wasn't black, it was like a deep dark red, and I mixed it with another purpley grey colour on a tile and then painted it on. On the other end, I had slightly lighter crimson sort of a red, and I wasn't too fussy with it. So I decided I'm going to use the metallic foil, leaf foil on there, and just patted some of that on after I had feathered everything, of course, whilst it was wet. So what I did was, first I put a couple of stripes down, then I went in with a second coat of gel polishes, did the marbling, feathering, whatever it's called, cured that as well, got it out, patted the red metallic foil on there, and then sealed it all. Okay. So you only need like a couple of little beads, kind of, sort of. Pop that on. They're so pretty. I love when you put the clear on those metallic leaf foils, it just pops. The colour just pops. sitting in the little pot doesn't do them justice. I mean, they look really great too, but as you can see, whoops, but it's so much more beautiful on there once it's sealed, encapsulated. Now, I know that, you know, a lot of people work with acrylic and they encapsulate with acrylic, clear acrylic on top. I'm a gel girl and I love, after whatever set I do, even for my clients, even these samples, I always encapsulate with clear gel. Not your top coats. You can use your top coats if the glitters are really, really fine, or even with a leaf foil you can do 2 coats of the top coat. But when you've got other ones like the champagne pop that I used on that other piece there, no, it tends to want to pop up, so I will encapsulate it with clear gel. So that's that one there. That one also has the pixie, the ultrafine pixie dust, and a few diamantes I just popped on here and there. And it's great having them in that little display because it's easier for people to see. This one here, again, I was playing with it, and to my horror, part of the dark gel on this side didn't cure properly, and we know what happens with that. It'll peel away. So I peeled it, and I thought, I'll fix you. So once I peeled all the bits off, I thought, well, it's going to get some nail art on there. It doesn't matter. So I put another coat over the whole piece of the colour that I used, the dark colour, cured that. Then I placed my little red metallic leaf foil on there. I then applied a little bit of your matte so that I can do the gold gel paint on there. Did that, and then once I finished and cured all that, I went over again with my clear no wipe top coat and only covered the area from the gold, the outer gold lines, right over to the red metallic leaf. So I'll pop that one on there as well. And then we've got one more to go. These are so fun. And yes, Miss Hannah and Miss Janice, the brush is working. Happy about that. Okay, pop that one on. If it is kind of like trying to squeeze out, I just run the brush along the edges there and just pop it back in or slide it in. This one? Okay, a couple of things I did there. I had that lighter red that I used, but again, I wasn't really happy and I was trying to feather through, and then I looked at the whole design. It's not really carrying really well. So what I decided to do was pop on a no wipe top coat. I then used the mirror metallic red chrome and feathered it over from the edge and sealed that in. And then on this side I thought, oh God, it's ugly. I didn't like it. So what I did was I popped champagne pop and a little bit of the ultrafine pixie dust and encapsulated it properly. And then I put some of the gummy jelly that I've got for placement of gems, and again pop the no wipe top coat, and I'll use the gold chain, which is also available off the side from OohLaLa Nail Supplies. And I popped a little diamante there, or a little crystal Swarovski there, again from Bring On The Bling. So I love the sparkles. Love the sparkles. So I'll pop that on. Now what I do with my brush when I do dunk it into my liquid, press out all the bubbles by burping it, and then I press it up against the edge without flicking it out to squeeze out kind of sort of most of the liquid, and then pick up my bead. And then it's nice and neat and not too wet and not too dry. All right, pop that down and we're done. The tips that I used for this were a number 1 or number 2 stiletto tip, again, which I bought from the girls. I just use the tip slicer and slice the point off. And what I decided was I did that because I noticed a lot of my girls don't have stilettos, and it's like, how much of the design are we going to incorporate from a stiletto into a short coffin or a short almond or something? This way they feel they can relate to it a little bit easier, and they just say, oh, I'd love this one or I'd love that one. And yeah, rather than go, oh, can you do that, and maybe chop some of this off and chop some of that off, and it just became too time consuming. Now it's much easier doing it a little bit like that. I still love the stilettos to do an overall design because you obviously have a larger canvas to work with, but that's okay. So anyhow, that's all with this one. Thank you so much for watching, and catch you soon. I'll be doing some more videos in the near future. Thank you.